day 125, and I'm running from the Y. It's the junction, that's what they call it, between Weeper and Bamaga, like the turn-off from the Peninsula Development Road up to Bamaga. It's about 75 or something like that it's going to end up. I was a bit worried because, you know, that's really the longest I have to run in the daytime, and it is a scorcher. But I've timed it right with, at 50 kilometres there was what's called Batavia Downs, which is one of the cattle stations, and it wasn't too far off the road, so I went sort of a K in to get there and fill up my water bottle and backpack and everything like that. So I got more than enough water to get through. But it's been a good day. I was a bit worried this morning. I just had this like bad feeling about the day. I was feeling, perhaps it was all related to lack of sleep, because I'm still recovering from that night where I just got no sleep, and then every day since then I've been up at 4 and then 3:30 last night, and not getting to bed that early necessarily, because it's a bit of a 2-hour drive to get back from Weeper to the turnoff, so bit sleep deprived, but I'm doing all right. Doing fine, really, just giving my body the nutrients and sleeps, for the muscles get repaired and whatnot overnight, but they're not doing too bad. They're really holding out, so happy with that. A couple of eventful things today. First, last night, we had a bit of a fundraiser, or Bill organised it, in conjunction with a number of other guys who have a bit of involvement with mental health here in the town, in Weeper, and so had a bit of a fundraiser down at the local pub, the golf club, and so they'd invited a fair few people, but then there was just the general, like, all sorts of people down at the club, and then this guy John, who's extremely good on guitar, has a huge repertoire of songs, was just doing requests of just all sorts of the classics, and that was a whole lot of fun. And then after he'd sort of got everyone warmed up after a song, Russ got up and had a bit of a chat about what I was doing, and then I invited me up to have a talk, and I had a bit of a chat for a while, fielded a few questions from people, and everyone seemed generally pretty interested, and so that's cool, because it's fairly intimidating just like talking to a completely sort of like a cold crowd, just people you don't know out there in a club who weren't expecting you to be there, anything like that. So but it worked out well, and raised $1,000, or a bit over, $1,042.25, which is just ridiculous. I was never expecting that, so we're getting extremely close to the target. About $1,500 to get in the next 7 days. I don't know, maybe it's possible. So that would be really cool if I hit 20,000 before I even got to the top. Anyway, we'll see. As for today itself, a couple of eventful things, I suppose. Ran into just 3 snakes today. I think they're just loving the heat out on the roads. And a pig, a bush pig. And I was kind of in an area like this one. I didn't have the time to get the camera out at the time. I was a bit worried, actually. Oh, these are these massive ant mounds. They're cool. Anyway, I was kind of in an area like this, and the trees are all relatively tiny, and I remember being told you're meant to climb up a tree or something like that. Well, I was just going, no, I'm not climbing up any of these trees. That's ridiculous. That's not going to get me out of the way. So it was kind of just sort of like marching down the road towards me, and it looked about the size of, if I say Labrador, that's going to bring across the connotation that it was fat. Not at all. Like, imagine a skinny Labrador, like a German Shepherd, but a tiny bit smaller and just all black, and no tusks. So I'm thinking, I guess that means, no, I don't know what that means. But I didn't feel too threatened by it. I kind of sort of sauntered towards it as it sauntered towards me, and with the knife out, and eventually it just sort of disappeared off into the bushes, when we were about 50 metres apart or so. I guess it didn't like the look of me. So anyway, encounter with a bush pig, and that's pretty much my day so far. So with this out of the way, I've just got 40 to Bramwell tomorrow, and then up to the old telegraph track, which is looking particularly good, because I'm starting to feel like there's seriously just absolutely no crocodiles. There's not going to be a worry whatsoever, so that is brilliant. And yeah, by the time you're hearing this anyway, I've actually got to the top. That's an amazing feeling now. No more reception. Anyway, catch you then. Bye.